What is up, y'all? My YouTube fam, your boy has touched down back in Cali after my incredible visit to New York. Man, what a blast, what an adventure. And your boy got a lot done on the filming tip and on the editing tip. As a lot of you know, April was a huge month for my upcoming film. I traveled to Bakersfield, California to film. And then 2 weeks later, I traveled all the way to New York to film. And during this trip, it was monumental, man. Me and my boy Cyrus have been homies for a couple of years on YouTube. He lives in Massachusetts. Well, he flies out Friday night to come meet me in New York to help celebrate my birthday. And of course, that Friday, I fly into New York. I meet GEEKETTES chat for the first time. The first day, me and Christy hung out, and she gave me a grand tour of all of New York, the Big Apple. And how I started out was, I remember leaving Cali, especially Sacramento, it was 91 degrees. Sacramento was hot that Thursday on the 27th. And I get to San Francisco, and a few hours later, it's cold as hell. Land in New York, man, it was cool because I left at 11 o'clock at night, took a nap on a plane, I'm sleeping, wake up, it's my birthday, and I'm flying over the East Coast skies. And it's funny because where I'm from is 3 hours behind. Seeing the sun being up, knowing that it's dark in my hometown, was a mind-blowing experience. But here I am flying over the New York skies. I see the water, all the buildings, the landscapes. It was thrilling. I land at JFK. The weather was kind of humid, you know, but the sun was out. And I called up my Uber driver, and you know, hey, it's New York traffic. We had about 45 minutes to an hour to drive through traffic. He's great. I sit up front, and this young man named Nicholas knew everything about New York. And he's explaining to me where we're at, Jamaica, Queens. We go through the Bronx. He gives me the grand tour. Awesome, awesome. Just taking it all in was amazing because I seen only New York from movies and TV shows. To be there, to feel the texture and smell the air. Not that it smells all that great, but it smelled great to me, you know, being there. And I'm arriving at Penn Station. That was the whole deal. Me and Christy from GEEKETTES chat were gonna meet at Penn Station in between 10 and 11, give or take. She has a busy schedule. And I'm get there to Penn Station, and I'm walking around, and you know, it's a trip. And New York, man, let me tell you, I seen the Empire State Building. I seen Madison Square Garden. I seen the Macy's famous block where they had the Macy's parade every year. It was really cool, man. And the streets are crowded. Do not rent a car. I was going to do that, but I got talked out of it. I'm so glad I did. Traffic is horrendous. And you don't know where you're going, you're new at this town, man, please do not rent a car. Get that Uber, okay? And get a day pass for all of your public transportation. You got your buses, your trains, you got everything. And I get dropped off at Penn Station. I'm walking around and I'm checking out the land, the people, the different personalities. It was cool, man. I really dug it. I love New York. It reminded me of LA. Just, you know, people were dressed a little heavier because it was still a little crisp, a little cool out there. You know, little touches of winter, even though it was springtime. And then the moment of truth came. Me and Christy meet face to face, eye to eye. I'm like, oh my God, the big hugs. You know, 3.5, 4 years of friendship just over YouTube, to be united in person was mind-blowing. Let me tell you, man, she is a great host. She took me to all the hot spots. I checked my luggage into this place where they can hold it until my apartment was ready. Cause like 11 o'clock in the morning, I got a big old suitcase full of equipment. So I was allowed to leave at this one spot. You pay $8 a day. So my hands was free. I'm able to enjoy the sights without carrying around any luggage. Times Square, we went to the mall, We went and got some Dunkin' Donuts. You know, we had a good time. She helped me celebrate my birthday. And what better way to spend your birthday in New York with great people that you know? You know, it was really, really cool. And just hearing all the stories, because Christy's also in pre-production of her film. She's doing a short film as well. So here I am hanging out with fellow directors and having a good time and taking it all in. And then later on that night, I check into my apartment. My man Cyrus gives me a call. Yo, I just landed. I'm gonna grab something to eat. I'm gonna grab some Instacart for us. We no water, no fruit, you know. And he gets there. And you gotta remember, this is my homeboy, but we never met in person. And here we are meeting for the first time. It was like, yo, brother, what is up? We watched the Laker game later on that night. Well, I watched it. This brother fell asleep. He was tired. But I did some storyboarding because the whole point of me going to New York, yeah, to meet up with people and have fun, celebrate my birthday, but the whole purpose was to film this movie. And I really took advantage of New York. I got to the apartment. It was different than what I thought. So on a spare of the moment, I had to do some storyboarding to make sure the story worked in the frame of what I wrote it, right? And it was a lot smaller than I thought. I had to find a way strategically to make it look bigger through the lens of the camera. So I spent time doing that. And after the Laker game, it was like 12:30 at night. I did some filming around the apartment, the streets of New York and Manhattan. And I stayed up late at night editing past 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. We wake up first thing in the morning, boom, we hit the thing and running, you know. First of all, we shot scenes that involved myself and Cyrus, who's in the film. Did that first thing in the morning. Then right after that, I started to edit a little bit. Then we jumped into an episode of Director's Talk, episode 3, live, you know, on location from our New York apartment. That was a great show. People came through, showed some love, asked some of the greatest questions, man. And it was cool because just a week prior, my man Cyrus was in Massachusetts wrapping up his film. So here we are wrapping up films. He's helping with my film. I'm helping him with his film. Christy, I told her if you need any help with your film, I'm here for you at your disposal. It was, you know, a director's dream come true, hanging out with all these talented people, man. And then the moment of truth came. You know, we got done filming an episode of Director's Talk. Yo, let's go get some New York food. We went to this deli. I got me a Philly cheesesteak. My man got him some breakfast. But, you know, I heard about the famous chopped cheese sandwich and everything. So, unfortunately, that Saturday morning, it started to rain. It never let up the rest of the trip. And in New York, you want to walk and do everything. So that first day hanging out with Christy, I got most of my stuff done. I did my souvenir shopping for my friends and family and all that good stuff. And everything's in close proximity. So I don't mind walking. I can walk all day long, doesn't bother me. Right up my alley. But when it started to rain, yo, it was different. You know, I was wearing a beanie cap, a jacket. The wind chill factor is freezing cold in New York. You turn a corner, it's like getting slapped by a big face and big hand pimp. Pop, pop! It's, woo! The cold is non-apologetic when it hits you in the mouth. But we got some good food. We had plans to hang out, go to the movies and celebrate some more, but filming took precedence. And that Saturday, had to do some heavy lifting, filming wise. About 4:30 Eastern time, the ladies came over to the apartment and we shot some incredible scenes. And these ladies are fantastic. They're not actresses at all, but they have been in that movie Dark Knight Rises as extras. So they have a little bit of presence of being in the film and knowing what to do, but they take center stage in these scenes. And they did a fantastic job. And I hired some of the most incredible people to work with because the camera absolutely loved these women. Beautiful, talented, and just emoting with your eyes and face. is what I needed, and they delivered, you know? And it was perfect, man. I loved it. And what an experience, man. What an experience. So since I've been back in Cali, I hit the floor running. I've been editing like crazy. I have not came up for air yet. And it forced me for the whole month of April to not go to the cinema. I've been busy filming and editing. This was the heaviest month for the project. So I'm gonna get back to doing movie reviews soon and trying to get caught up on films and things like that. But this took precedence because, man, traveling, filming, living out of a suitcase is not easy, but the end results, it was a big payoff. Hung out with some incredible people, got some incredible shots. This movie has some great character because New York is a character in this movie now. And to be there live in person, this is not a sound stage, live on location in the middle of all the rhetoric and hecticness of New Yorkers. I'm out there filming this movie, man. It was cool, man. And you gotta be aggressive. You gotta get what you want when you want it at that time, because the city does not stop for you or rest. And at night, it continues. Like my friend told me, well, look, if you go to New York, go to a club, the club don't start popping till 1 o'clock in the morning. It don't end till 6 o'clock in the morning. And he's right. Not that I went clubbing, but I can hear them fools outside clubbing over my window. I mean, I hear cars with beat. I hear homeless in the streets, and people party all night long and don't go to sleep, man. It was crazy. But man, I can't wait to go back. It's my kind of town, man. I love the Manhattan. Mwah, beautiful. The architecture of the buildings, and you walk down the street. I stayed literally a block away from Koreatown. Korean barbecue, you smell that. You smell the deli meats. You smell the pizzerias on this corner. It's wonderful, man. It's wonderful. Love New York. I'm glad to be home, but can't wait to get back to New York to go see my girls. Love a Geek-Ass chat. Shout out to Shirley and Christy. Man, y'all did a wonderful job. I can't wait for the world to see your performance in my movie. And my man, Cyrus, thank you for hanging out with a brother, celebrating his birthday, and being a part of this journey along with me. Man, dream come true. Until the next time, be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, and more importantly, leave your comments down low. And I'm out. Peace. You know the routine. Fade to black.